The Napanee Raiders will try to get even with the Bowmanville Eagles as we get set for game number 2 of this OHA Junior C quarterfinal series tonight here in Bowmanville. And Kevin Howie, who's doing color tonight. This is George Wager doing the play-by-play. The Raiders are in this position because the Bowmanville Eagles won the first game back in Napanee on Friday evening by a score of 3-2 in a game that, let's face it, Craig Potter was sensational. That's why the score was so close.
Yeah, he was, George. He did everything but stand his head, and he sure kept Napanee close and in the game throughout the whole game there. And let's hope that he can come up with another game tonight like he had on Friday night, and the Raiders can win one here and go home with the series tied at 1-1.
Starting goaltender for the visiting Napanee Raiders will be number 30, Craig Potter. Like we said, he was just phenomenal on Friday evening. Starting in goal for the Bowmanville Eagles, number 1, Barry Crawford. He played in the first game as well. The referee is Dawson. The linesmen are Amel and McGregor. And the Raiders will get to the lineup scratches in a moment. Carey at center, Gowan and Grauberger on the wings. Sutcliffe with Burns on the point. And we're underway in this game number 2 on the day before spring, March the 19th. Or is it 2 days before? Whatever. There's a body check along on the boards. Carey goes in after it, tried to move it in front. Gowan dumps it in behind the net. Craig Hilton leaves it there. Now it's Carey picking it up. It's poke checked. There's a shot right on the rebound. And Crawford makes the save. Cleared on the glass. And over the glass and among the spectators. 33 seconds gone, Kevin. We talk about scratches. For the Raiders, a noticeable one besides the one with Goodfriend being out tonight is Chad Parslow, who didn't play half the third period Friday night.
Yeah, George, it appears Chad's got a separated shoulder, and let's just hope we can get him back by Wednesday night. I'm sure the Raiders are going to miss him tonight, and some of the other players are going to have to come through and pick up the tempo a little bit for the Raiders.
Billings didn't play Friday night. He is in, as like I said, Parslow is out, and George Goodfriend is also not dressed for the Raiders. For the Bowmanville Eagles, Mallon is out. And in for the Eagles is the other defenseman that didn't play on Friday evening as Lauder gets at the center ice. Dumped ahead. Coming in on the offside and play is called. So the Bowmanville Eagles make a couple of changes as well as they got Jeff Reed in the lineup tonight along with Gary Adams. Todd Sears also in there, Kevin.
Well, George, I think Napanee wants to get a goal here early and get in this game early. And let's hope that they can.
On the face-off, it's cleared into the zone. Along there, the shot was blocked by Sutton. Away it goes to the Bowmanville line. It's cleared off the boards. Here is Todd for the Eagles over the line. Todd tried to get it in front of the net. Goes to the corner. Armstrong's after it. Dumps it in behind the goal. Here's Cannings on this side. Gets it back behind the net. They try to get it in front. It goes over on the far side. Hart clears it down the ice. And icing is called against the Raiders. 1:27 into game 2, and we are scoreless, Kevin.
Well, George, I think the Raiders are really fired up for this one tonight. And I think Craig Potter's going to come through with another standout game. And the other night he made some real good stops. And you couldn't fault him for the loss, that's for sure.
Oh, he was just short of sensational, as the old saying goes. A shot right on the rebound. It's cleared to the side. Here the Eagles down the corner. They get it behind the net. Try to get it back. A chance now coming on the far side. Hartwig dumps it to center ice. Back into the Eagles zone it goes. Billings goes after it. Desmond off the boards. Cut off by Butler right out in front. A chance at the point of shot. Hit a skate. Raiders keep it in there. Here's Butler now on this big ice here in Bowmanville. It's much wider than the ice back in Napanee. Now it goes behind the goal. Behind the net, the Raiders have it. They try to stuff it. And a good save there by Crawford as the Raiders almost open the scoring.
Yeah, George, the Raiders made a good play there. Jason Billings came around that net and he almost stuffed it in the short side in there.
Right here. Right. The face-off now, watch yourself. Jeez. Face-off to the left of the Bowmanville net. Carey out there with Grauberger and Gowan. We are early here in the first period of game number 2. The Eagles won the first game 3-2. McQuat to center ice over the line. Goes to the corner, trying to come right in front. To the point. Watt fakes a shot. Gets it back in behind the goal. Burns tries to feed it ahead. Kick to center ice. McEwen's in the lineup for the Raiders. He didn't play on Friday night, so he's back in there tonight. Hodgins now. Feeds it ahead to McQuat. Dumps it into the Raiders zone. Kep goes after it against his man Cannings, Jay Cannings. Carey clears it on the boards. Watt holds it into the point. Comes to the side boards. Here are the Eagles now back on the point. A shot. Deflected. Wide of the net. Kemp fires it. Look out, it's into the bench. 2:55 gone here in the first period. We are scoreless.
Well, George, it's been pretty close so far here in the first period, and I think both teams right now are just feeling each other out, and nobody wants to give up a bad goal right now.
Face-off coming to the right of the Raider goal. As we are underway here in game number 2. Raiders and the Bowmanville Eagles of this quarterfinal series. From the face-off, it's cleared down the ice by the Raiders. And the icing is waved off. Hilton now behind his own net, fires it over on the far side to Reel. Reel up to Gagne at center ice. To Becker, hits the line, trying to cut in. Cut off nicely by Sutcliffe. To the point, Hilton couldn't keep it in. Reel now back in center. Skates to his own line off the boards. Bothered by Mannion, fires it once more to center ice. Burns cuts it off, but Mannion dumps it in there. Here's Hilton now. Off the glass to center. Here are the Eagles now hitting the Raider line. Reel dumps it in. He's hit nicely by Sutcliffe. Fired off the boards. Eagles keep it in, but Burns now will clear the zone. Eagles now back at their own blue line. Play is called, and we got our first penalty of the evening coming, Kevin.
Well, George, the Raiders got to stay away from those penalties tonight, and they've got to stay away from those retaliatory penalties because Bowmanville's got quite a potent power play, and it's going to hurt the Raiders.
So, like you say, Bowmanville has this power play with the Raiders shorthanded here in the first period. Butler gets the penalty, and the face-off now will come back into the Raider zone to the right of Potter. We are scoreless. Game number 2 of the quarterfinals. Bowmanville won the first one 3-2. Sutton, Lawler, Thompson out there to kill it off along with Hart. Goes to the boards. Sutton takes a look and fires it down the ice. Back forward goes Hodgins. Hodgins, Armstrong out there on the power play. Pass to Hodgins in center ice. Broken up by Sutton. He dumps it back in there again. Cannings goes after it against Hart. Comes to the side of the net. Right out in front. Now the Eagles come to center ice. Over the line, Armstrong. Right out in front. Here's McQuat to the corner behind the net. On the far side. Play is called. And the face. Come off the mooring, Scott.
Yeah, George, I didn't see that there, and everybody kind of wondered why there was a stoppage in play there for a minute.
1:18 to go on the penalty to Butler. 15:25 remaining here in the first period. We are scoreless. Game number 2. All-Ontario quarterfinals. Carey and Butler did the scoring for the Raiders in Friday night's game in the losing cause. Now, here are the Eagles over the line. Armstrong, cross ice, there's a shot. Scores! Time of the goal is 4:43. It's 1-0.
Well, George, that was a costly penalty for Paul Butler to take there, and it just put the Raiders down 1-0. Like I said before, they got to stay out of that penalty box tonight.
Sure do. It's 1-0 for the Bowmanville Eagles at 4:43. As a shot from the point, right along the ice, I believe, and it beat Potter on the glove side, and it's 1-0. So the face-off back at center ice again. Wait for the announcement. Here it comes. Gowan up the boards. Now the puck goes back into the Bowmanville zone deep. Desmond. Intercepted by Gowan. Shoots at the goalpost. Oh, Gowan hit the post. Rick Moore lets the shot go. Deflected in front. Boy, oh boy, that was close. Cannings got the goal, but the Raiders hit the goalpost. From Armstrong, Cannings from Armstrong. Eagles dig it out. Pass into center ice. Isbester back to his own blue line off the boards. Real gets it in. He takes a good bump from Carey. Now it's cleared down the ice. Back into the Eagles line. As the Raiders make the wholesale changes on the fly here. Fire down in Raider territory. Icing is called against the Bowmanville Eagles team.
Well, George, the butter is really flying down Bowmanville's end zone there, and Mike Grauberger was having quite a battle with one of the Bowmanville players down there in the corner, and I'm sure the Raiders know they have to come out here tonight and lay the body on.
That's right. The face-off now coming back in Bowmanville zone to the right of the Eagles cage. Sutton on the face-off for the Raiders. Goes into the corner, and Armstrong now off the boards to Watt. Up ahead to Armstrong in center. Here he comes, hits the Raider line, over the line. On the far side, for the shot. The great save by Potter. And Sutton gets at the center. 1-0 Eagles. It's Armstrong dumping it back in there again. Sutcliffe couldn't move it. A chance. A shot. Scores! They wave it. And it's been waved off.
Well, George, the Raiders got lucky there. The referees waved the goal off, and let's thank them for that one.
They certainly did, as the face-off now will be to the right of the Raider goal. It's no goal. It's still 1-0 Bowmanville.
Well, George, let's hope the Raiders here with 13:59 can get one before the end of this first period and tie it up.
Face-off coming to the right of Potter. Taylor on the draw against Sutton. Sutton out there with Sutcliffe, Hart, Burns, and Ryan Moore. As we approach the 6-minute mark here in the first period, Todd Cannings has the Eagles a 1-0 lead. A shot deflects in front. Sutcliffe tried to hit it out of the air, couldn't. Behind the net, the Eagles out right, trying to get it right in front of the net. Sutcliffe off the glass and out. Anstey. Cross ice pass here to Watt. Up ahead. Taylor now picks it up. Over the line, gets it behind the Raider goal. Is hit by Burns. It's fired on the boards. Watt holds it in. A shot deflects to the corner. Off the boards, Watt again pinches. Keeps it in, a shot wide of the Raider goal. Sutcliffe fires it on the far side. Cut off there by McArthur. Sutcliffe back in his own zone. They try to kick it free and they don't. Then they tie it up for the face-off with 13-12 to go here in the first period.
Well, George, looks like there's quite a few fans from Napanee here tonight, and it's good to see a good fan following for the Raiders and give them that support and back them up, and I'm sure the Raiders appreciate it as well.
Yes, there's quite a strong contingent of Napanee fans here, like you said, Kevin. A fan bus made the trip. Of course, there was quite a few people that also came up via the car route, so there's quite a good cheering section here for Napanee in this game number 2, and that's good to see. Cannings on the face-off now against Hartwig. Jay Cannings against Hartwig deep in that Raider zone. Serious shot, just missed the net. Hilton on the near side, dumps it in behind the net. Hodgins goes after it. Thompson on the far side to Hartwig, gets it out. Down in Bowmanville zone it goes. Eagles go back after it. Hilton against Grauberger. Grauberger tries to dig it free to the side of the net. McEwen's in there, or Hartwig's in there as well. Now, Eagles coming out now to center ice. Here they come. They hit the Raider line. Cannings trying to go right in on goal, and it goes wide of the net. Here's a chance for Bowmanville again. Try to get it in front of the net. Thompson gets it to the blue line and out. Takes a bump. Cannings tried to move it ahead. McQuat, back it goes to the blue line, up to Hilton in center ice. Here's McQuat as Hartwig stepped into his man. McQuat trying to cut in. A shot right out in front. Hodgins couldn't reach it. And it's shot down the ice, right on the goal as Crawford has to stop it. Now, Adams off the right wing board to center. Up back in Raiders zone. Rick Moore off the boards to McEwen, who didn't play Friday. As I said, a shot. Blocker saved by Crawford. And that skips over the glass, Kevin.
Well, Mike McEwen let that shot rip there on Crawford, George, and that's what the Raiders got to do, is shoot that puck in the net, and let's hope that Jason Sutton can get something going here, George.
Face-off coming now to the right of the Bowmanville net. With 11:56 to go here in the first period, 1-0 Bowmanville on a goal by Todd Cannings on the power play. Sutton right from the face-off tried a shot. Scoots wide of the net. Fired off the boards, not out. Isbester was hit. Sutton now, right out in front of shot. And that's deflected into the crowd.
Well, George, it looks like Napanee's found a way to pin Bowmanville in their own end zone, and Jason Sutton had a good chance there, and we're going to get one here yet before this first period's out.
Face-off coming to the left of the Eagles' net as we near the midway point here in the first period. Sutton on the draw with McEwen and Mannion. Right on in front, Sutton shoots. Oh, hit somebody in front. Sutton now goes to the boards. Dug out by the Eagles. Here they come to center. Watt over the line on the near side. A shot wide of the net. Real in the far corner. It's in behind the goal. Comes in front. A chance. Watt. A shot was blocked. Sutton gets it to center ice. Dumps it into the Bowmanville zone. Desmond goes after it. Desmond behind his own net. Now, Desmond up the right wing boards in the center ice. The pass goes. Becker hits the Raider line. Becker shoots. Todd saved the rebound. A shot towards the net. Caught by Potter and play is called.
George, I noticed right there that the Raiders are pretty quick with their line changes tonight, and I think the coaching staff's had a talk with them, and Bowmanville's got a good speedy team, and Napanee's going to have to pick up their speed a little bit.
Face-off coming now to the left of Potter. Deep in that Raider zone. 11 minutes to go here in the first period. 1-0 Bowmanville. On the draw, Gowan. Scoots behind his own net on the far side. Off the boards. Grauberger couldn't catch up to it. Carey's taken out of the play. Kemp gets it back in there again. Eagles now in their own zone. Pass in center goes astray. Kemp feeds it back in Bowmanville territory. Crawford leaves it for Hilton. Up here to Todd Cannings to Todd in center ice. Hits the Raider line. Tries to go around Burns. Goes to the corner. Try to get it in front. Behind the net it goes. It's flipped. Gowan off the boards. Eagles hold it in. Gowan was stripped of the puck. It's fed off the boards down the ice in Bowmanville zone. Play is called, and what do we got here, Kevin? A penalty or what?
Looks like it, George. I don't know who was going here. It could have been Perry Burns for a slash.
Slashing at 9:51. And coincidentals. Armstrong for Bowmanville and Grauberger for the Raiders at 9:51 of the first period. And the face-off now is going to take place just outside the Bowmanville line. Taylor on the draw against Sutton. Sutton, Ryan Moore, and Hart. Sutcliffe and Burns on the point as the teams remain at even strength. Burns off the boards to Sutton, too far. Raider Bowmanville on their own zone now. Feed it ahead. Off the boards. Taylor couldn't reach it. Now, dumped ahead. Eagles go after it. Hart dumps it ahead to Sutton, too far for him. Now back in Bowmanville zone. Cross ice now. They try to move it out of there. Pass intercepted. Here's Sutton. Too well covered. Leaves it for Hart. A shot. Right on. Scores on the rebound. Sutton has tied the score.
Well, George, there was a case of one of the Raiders keeping with that puck and Jason Sutton worked hard to get that goal out there, and that's what we need here is a whole team effort.
10:34 is the time of the goal, and the Raiders have tied the score here at 1-1. Sutton was standing right off the side of the net, and he made no mistake as he took the rebound and deposited right behind goaltender Crawford. And the Raiders have tied the score. Wait for the announcement. Hilton now dumps it ahead. Back behind his own net. It's fed on the board. They try to get a whistle and they do. Here's the announcement. Sutton gets it from Ryan Moore and Hart. 10:34 is the time of the goal, and the Raiders have tied it. That's Sutton's first goal of this series. Now the face-off to the left of Potter. Thompson fires it on the boards. McQuat takes a bump. McQuat off the boards on the far side. Hartwig tried to get it in and couldn't. Now Jay Cannings. He's moving ahead. Here he comes. Hits the Raider line. Goes wide now on this side. Try to feed it in front. And it's cleared back into the Bowmanville zone. Desmond feeds it ahead to the Raider blue line. Thompson cuts it off. Dumps it ahead. Desmond now reaching for it. Hits Hartwig. Stumped towards the net. Fired off the boards. Eagles get it ahead now. Here's Hodgins. Couldn't get loose. Hilton off the glass. He'll try his luck again. This time he gets it into the Raider zone deep. Isbester along on the far side. Here's a chance for the Eagles. McQuat keeps it in. Goes in behind the goal. Rick Moore fires it over on this side. And the Raiders get it out. Down in Bowmanville zone, the teams are changing on the fly. McArthur up the boards. McQuat now fires it over on this side. Rick Moore tries to hold it in and couldn't do it. Now the Eagles come out. Watt fires it wide of the Raider net. Cleared over on this side. Watt was pinching to keep it in, couldn't do it. Now fed into center ice. Here are the Eagles hitting the line. Todd was stepped into. Rick Moore now fires it over on this side. Watt dumps it ahead and Cannings is offside. 7:19 to go here in the first period of game 2. It's a 1-1 tie.
Well, George, you can tell right now in this second game that this is going to be a physical game tonight, and I'm sure the rest of the series is going to be very physical. And if the Raiders keep hitting like they are tonight, I'm sure that Bowmanville is going to start to back away from the puck a little bit, and Napanee is going to get his chances.
Face off back in Bowmanville zone now. To the right of Crawford. Todd on the face off with Carey. Grauberger. Carey, Grauberger, and Gowan out there. Here are the Eagles now to center. Cannings hits the line, over the line. Pass in front. Sutcliffe had his man well covered. Dumps it out to center. Sear gets it back in there again. Takes a bump from Gowan. Fed down into the Bowmanville zone. Hilton's after it. And then Sear hits Gowan from behind. Play is called. We're going to have a penalty to the Eagles.
Well, George, that was a pretty stupid play on the part of the Bowmanville Eagle play there. And Chris Gowan there, he just didn't get up and do anything foolish. And now the Raiders have a power play.
Oh, it's a 4-minute penalty. Raiders have a glorious chance now to take the lead for 4 minutes around the power play.
Well, George, we can sure use this, and I'm sure that Bowmanville coach Brian Watson can't be too happy with his player right now.
Face off to the left of that Bowmanville goal. Sutton, Gowan, Carey with Thompson and Sutcliffe on the points on the power play. From the draw, Eagles try to get over it. Here's Sutton to the point to Thompson. That's a shot. Go hit a skate, the rebound. Scores! On the rebound. I think it was Sutton. That's his second of the game.
Well, George, that was a quick power play goal right there, and I think Bowmanville's going to have to learn this game here. They better not let Jason Sutton loose for too long.
13-14 is the time of the goal. 13-14. And the Raiders lead by a score of 2-1 here in Bowmanville tonight on the power play. And they still got the power play now for another 2 minutes.
Well, George, maybe we can get another one here and make a 3-1. The Raiders, without Chad Parslow, they need scoring from these other lines.
Yes, they sure do, with Parslow being a scratch tonight. Becker and Sutton on the draw. Now, Eagles fire it. Back down in the Raiders zone. Wait for the announcement on the goal. Here's Thompson behind his own net. Leaves it for Sutton. Sutton now coming out to the blue line no further. Gagne gets it back in there. Jay Sutton, second of the game. From Gowan. Here's Gowan in his own zone now. Comes to center. Up to Sutton, who's poke checked. Reaches for it. Hit along the boards. Eagles come out with it though. Center ice, Becker fires it into the Raiders zone. Now, pass in center. Gowan gets it into the zone. The boards it goes. McArthur couldn't reach it. Butler's on the prowl after it behind the net. Still has the puck now on his backhand. To the point. Thompson holds it in. Gets it to the corner. Cannings now goes after it with McArthur. To the point to Thompson. A shot deflected wide of the net. Eagles fire it to the blue line and out. Picked up by Cannings now. Hits the Raider line. Stops. In his tracks. Feeds it back. Now, over the line. There's going to be a penalty and play is called. And the Eagles are going to be 2 men short, I think.
Yeah, George, it looks like Bowmanville's going to get another penalty right here. The Raiders are smart if they can stay away from them.
Well, let's see what the call is. As there was a hit over by the boards, and the Raiders, so we'll see if they have the 2-man advantage. Sutton has both goals here in the first period.
Yeah, George, it's good to see Napanee with this 2-1 lead, especially after they're down 1-0. And let's just hope they can play a full 60 minutes of hockey tonight like they are in this first period.
Sutton with both goals, no penalty. It's Burns firing it right on the net. Stick save by Crawford. Swept ahead to the blue line. Burns holds it in to Lawler. A shot wide of the net. Pitching is Burns. There's a shot. McQuat couldn't reach it, and it goes to center. Lawler picks it up. Takes a bump from McQuat. Fed to the blue line and out. Ryan Moore off the boards. Hartwig deflects it. Shear runs into Lawler. Now, cross ice in his own zone. The Eagles flip it ahead. Dump down into the Raider zone. Lawler gets him after it. McQuat's after him. Good body check throw, and it goes behind the net. Dumped off the boards. Hartwig gets it out. Catching up is Ryan Moore. Dumps it into the zone. Goes to the corner after it. Hodgins now comes on this side. Dumped. Goes to center. Here is Rick Moore. Eagles change on the fly. A shot. Caught by Crawford. Leaves it there. Desmond has it, and play is called as Hodgins still on the ice, Kevin. Face off to the left of the Bowmanville net. Anstey has it for the Eagles. Raiders lead 2-1. Fired off the boards to center. Backing up is Isbester. Turns. Dumps it into the Bowmanville zone. Hilton now goes on the far side. Rips it around the boards. Right out in front. A shot by Sutton missed the net. Up ahead now to Taylor. In center. Hits the Raider line. Taylor go around the defense. Goes to the corner. Fired off the boards. Hilton keeps it in, but Sutton brings it out. Hart's loose on the far side. Sutton with the shot. He fakes it. Trying to get over to Hart. A shot. The rebound is covered up by Crawford, and play is called. And we have quite a mix-up in front of the net, Kevin.
Well, George, there's quite a pile of players down there in front of the Bowmanville goalie Crawford there, and the Raiders came close tonight once again.
Well, still a scrum in front of the net. McEwen and his... The Eagles shorthanded. Raiders on the power play again, Kevin.
Yeah, and this is an opportune time with 3:23 left for the Raiders to go up 3-1, George.
Fired to center ice. As Hart gets the penalty, but Bowman will get the extra one. Fired on the boards. Back to the ice. To the point, Sutcliffe. A shot right on the rebound. Over on the far side. Burns keeps it in. It's dumped partially. Right out in front. Carey a shot, couldn't get it to the net. Gagne gets it out to center. Burns now. Hit by Becker. Back in Raiders zone it goes. Chased down by Sutcliffe. Cleared over on the far side. Burns is after it. Over skates now, he's got to go back after it. In his own zone, behind the net. Watched by Gagne. Leaves it for Sutton. Comes to center. Stops, drops it for Carey. Carey hits the line over the Bowmanville line to the corner. Back on the point to Thompson, tees it up. Shot right on the rebound. Here's going. Oh, missed a glorious scoring opportunity. Touched by the Eagles. I think they got another penalty coming, Kevin. And they do it. 17:52.
Yeah, it looks like it here, George, and I'm sure Bowmanville's coach can't be too happy with them right now. They're taking a lot of penalties here, and let's hope the Raiders can capitalize here.
So the Raiders have a two-man advantage for 45 seconds here in the first period. The Raiders lead 2-1. Both goals by Sutton, and they were his 14th of the playoffs entirely and his second of the series. So, Carey on the draw. Carey, Gowan, Sutton, Lawler, and Thompson. Two-man advantage. Sutton sets it up. Cross ice to Thompson. Tees it up. Scores! Oh my! Right from the blue line. I don't know whether it was deflected. Time of the goal, 17:59, and it's 3-1.
Well, George, that was a nice low shot from point by Scott Thompson, and it was right along the ice. You could hear that hit the bottom of the post when it went in.
17:59 is the time of the goal, and the Raiders lead by a score of 3-1 now, as they spotted the Eagles a 1-0 lead, but have roared back with three straight.
Well, George, the Raiders still have 1:53 left in the penalty here, and let's hope they can put another one in.
Okay, from the face-off along on the boards, the Eagles get it to the Raiders zone. Turning with it, Thompson. Dumps it ahead to Grauberger. Up to Hartrick on the far side, over the line, dumps it in there, takes a bump from Adams. Hilton backhands it to the blue line, not out. Raiders still on the power play. Hartrick gets it behind the net. Here's the goal announcement. Colin Carey gets it a shot. Deflected by Hartrick, just missed. Adams off the glass and not out. Carey gets it. Goes along on the boards. There's a check missed. Raider players knocked to the ice. Here's Billings getting in there. Billings still has it. He didn't play in Friday night's game, now behind the net. Hartwig takes a look. Still has it. To Butler. A shot deflected. And it's covered up as we have less than a minute to go here in the first period, as they're doing some mixing it up in front of the net, and play is called.
Well, George, tempers are flaring here, and this game's going to get pretty physical here, and I'm sure the Raiders staff has told the players to stay away from any retaliatory penalties, so let's just hope going into the second period that the Raiders can hold on to this lead and keep taking it to Bowmanville.
50 seconds remaining in the penalty, 58 seconds to go here in the first period. 3-1 Raiders. 2 goals by Sutton and the other by Carey. The Raiders this lead here in the first period of game number 2 of the All-Ontario quarterfinals. The Eagles won the first game 3-2 to take a 1-0 series lead. Face-off coming now to the left of the Bowmanville net, guarded by Crawford tonight. So, going out there with Sutton, Carey, Bisbester and Moore on the point. Now, Gowan comes over and says something to referee as we get set to go again. Deep in that Bowmanville territory. Carey on the face-off against Hodgins. Here the Eagles get it out. Slides back in Raiders zone. Moore goes behind his own net. Still has the puck up ahead. Cut off by McQuat. Back on the point to McQuat. Comes in for a shot. Rebound. Gowan goes behind his own net. Comes out now with it. To center ice. Gowan on the far side. Goes to the corner. Still has the puck. Back to the shot. Over top of the net. Eagles go after it. Fire down the boards and out. Race for it. It goes Hodgins against Isbester. Off the boards to center. Carey, away he goes. And that'll do it for the first period. At the end of one in game number 2, it's the Raiders 3, Bowmanville 1. Second period upcoming, folks. And in the first period, it was Cannings, Todd Cannings, 4:43. Then the Raiders were 3 straight. Sutton 10:34, Sutton 13:14, and Carey at 17:59. And that's where we stand, 3-1 Raiders, as we get going in period number 2. Now, Carey at center ice. Carey, it was his 10th of the overall the playoffs and 2nd of the series with the Bowmanville Eagles. Here is over the line into the Raiders zone it goes. Sutcliffe clears it on the boards. McArthur holds it in. Here's Cannings on his backhand. Taken to the ice. Hodgins now on the far side. Right out in front of shot. Good save. The rebound. Another shot. Potter's got it. He holds on for the face-off as the Eagles come out on fire here.
Well, George, Bowmanville knows they got to take a Napanee in this second period, and let's hope that the Raiders don't sit back in this lead, that they keep taking it to Bowmanville and keep taking the body out there.
Face-off coming now in that Raider zone. To the right of Potter. McGregor, the linesman, will drop the puck. Sutton out there for the Raiders with Ryan Moore and Hart. Thompson's on defense with Lawler. As we get set here. From the face-off, back on the point. A shot, blocked. Lawler gets it out, down into the Bowmanville zone, it slides. Hart goes after it, right out in front. A shot, oh, it just hit someone in front. Right out in front again, here's Thompson pinching. A shot over the top of the net. Into center ice now. Over the line, Taylor, good sliding play by, what a defensive play by Lawler, sliding there to make the play. Up ahead. Eagles cleared to the blue line. Raiders hold it in, but it's cleared out to center ice now. It's picked up. Gaylor a shot wide of the net. Thompson now in his own zone. Fires it off the left wing boards. Ryan Moore gets it to Sutton in center. Over on this side, Hart tries to catch up. Sutton over the line. Sutton right out in front to Ryan Moore. He's poke checked, and now the Eagles come out. Here they come to center. Over the line, a shot. Pad save by Potter off the bat, right out in front. Here's Billings off the boards, the blue line, and not out. Raiders get it out to center. Here is Sear. Over the line, offside, a pass to Armstrong. 2 minutes and 1 second gone here in the second period.
Well, George, it looks like the pace in the second period is just as fast as what the pace was in the first period, and I'm sure the Raiders coaching staff is reminded the boys of how good a team Bowmanville is, and they can come back at any time, so the Raiders are going to have to be on their toes.
Face-off coming now. Just outside the Raider blue line. Butler against Todd. Butler out there with Hartrick and Billings. Fed to the line no further. Off the boards. Hartrick picks it up. A shot right on the rebound. Just went wide. Here's Butler now turning around. Off the boards behind the net. Eagles have it. Pass up the center ice now as Rick Moore off the boards. Goes astray. Fired off the boards by the Eagles. Isbester stepped into his man off the boards. In the Bowmanville zone it goes. Adams fires it on the boards on this side. In front, Sear. Behind the net, watched by right out in front. And the Eagles have it. Pass ahead. Armstrong picks it up in the corner, right out in front. Here's Cannings, takes a look. In front of the net. Potter clears it behind the goal. Todd's right out in front again. A chance. All around the net to the point. It goes to center. Hartrick has stepped into there. Hilton goes back in his own zone. As the teams are changing on the fly frantically here. Now, Hilton gets it in. Wide of the net. Potter leaves it, clears it on the far side. Isbester took a rough ride to the board. It's fired down the ice. Icing is called against the Raiders.
Looks to me like Chris Hartrick got hurt in that play where he got hit there, George, and he was moving kind of slow out there, so let's hope it's nothing too serious.
Face off back in Raiders zone. 3:16 gone the second period. 3-1 Raiders. Carey on the face off. Out there against Jay Cannings of Bowmanville. Fed in behind the goal on this side. McQuat clears it back in behind the goal. Fired on the far side. Sutcliffe doesn't know where it is now. Fired off the boards and out. Here's Carey on a 2-on-1 with Mannion. Carey coming in. Scores! Carey. Time of the goal is 3:34 and it's 4-1.
Well, George, Colin Carey's came through for us in the Campbellford series and the Picton series, and now he's starting to put the puck in the net in this Bowmanville series. And when you got like Chad Parslow with an injury, Colin Carey is coming through for us big.
3:34 in the second period. Carey, second of the night. And that's his third of the series. And his 11th goal of the playoffs entirely. Shot blocked in defense. Carey comes out again. Pass ahead, he's hit there. McArthur off the boards. Here's Hodgins. Pass in center. Here are the Eagles now. Hit the Raider line. McQuat trying to cut in. Right out in front. It was blocked by Burns.
Scored by number 13.
Back behind the net. And Potter covers up.
Well, George, it looks like the Bowmanville player just gave Perry Burns a stick there, and I think Perry was looking for a penalty, but referee Dawson, well, it looks like he is going to call one here.
Unsportsmanlike to the Eagles. McQuat. Time of the penalty is 4:02 here in the second period, so the Eagles are in a bit of a hole here. Trailing 4-1 to the Raiders, and now the Raiders have a power play.
Well, George, I'm sure the Raiders would like another goal here and make it a 5-1 lead, and Coach Watson for Bowmanville Eagles there, I'm sure he can't be too pleased with his players, some of the penalties they've taken tonight.
Raiders have Gowan out there with Carey and Sutton, with Sutcliffe and Thompson on the point. 4-1 Raiders here early in the second. Sutton goes after it. Gets it into the zone. Winds on the boards. Eagles have it. Fired on the boards again. Raiders hold it in, but finally it goes out. Here's a chance for Becker over the line. Becker knocked off the puck by Sutcliffe. Fires it over on the far side, takes a bump. Gowan kicks it back down to Thompson. Trying to come out. Pass to Sutton in center. Sutton, surrounded by Eagles, gets it in deep. Watt on the boards, takes a good bump. Good body check there thrown by the Raiders. They get it out to center ice, and here's Becker. Hits the Raider line. Still has it. Gagney gets it in front, and Thompson. Pass to center ice to Sutton. Sutton hits the Bowmanville line. Gets it into the corner to Gowan. Eagles go after it. Raiders hold it in. A shot by Sutton is blocked, and here's the rebound. Gowan gets it back behind the net to Sutton. Carries in front to the point to Lawler on the far side. Off the boards, back into the corner. Sutton has it again. Try to get it in front. Here's reaching for it is Gowan. Picks it up. Gowan across ice to Lawler at the point. Gagne watches him. Here's Carey now on the half board. Back to Thompson, shot wide of the net. Hits the back of the goal. Sutton's out right on in front. Scores! Carey! That's the hat trick. Time of the goal is 5:35. It's 5-1.
Well, George, number 29 player for Bowmanville just left the penalty box here, and he's obviously pretty upset with the referee. And looks like we're having a goaltender change here for Bowmanville, and I'm sure Bowmanville's pretty shaken by this game here with Napanee having a 5-1 lead, and looks like home ice advantage might go back to Napanee in this one.
They're also very sore sportsmen, I'm telling you. This might be the first game they've lost.
Yeah, Jeff Ray goes in goal. The goal is 5:35. 5:35. Carey gets it again. And now we got Jeff Reed, the new goalie. Oh, the face-off now is coming at center ice.
Well, George, Napanee here, they've got to be happy, the coaching staff, with this lead they've got. But I'm sure they can't sit back here because, we've had some pretty wild Junior C games.
They sure have. I mean, they'll have to be on their toes. This Bowmanville team is full of power and offense. Raiders will have to keep coming still.
Yes, George, and I'm sure the coaching staff has told their players this, and they want to keep the guys on their toes, and it'd be nice to go back to Napanee with a series tied at 1 game apiece.
Carey, that's the hat trick. Bowmanville go to the corner, substituted by Sutton. Try to get it in front of chance. To the point. Adams holds it in. Raiders get it out. Down the ice it goes. No icing as Hartwig's on the prowl now as Reed clears it on the glass. Back to Sear now. Off the glass. Up ahead goes to center ice. Fired back into the Bowmanville zone. Adams behind his own goal. Watch, there's a good body check thrown by Hartwig. Gets it back behind the goal. Up on the wing, the Eagles come to center with it. Reaching forward is Moore. Fired on the boards. Clear to the blue line and out. Eagles go after it now. Fed on the boards. There's going to be a penalty coming to the Raiders. Kevin.
Looks like an elbow penalty to the Raiders, George, and I'm sure Bowmanville here, when they're down 5-1, I'm sure they might lose their composure here a little bit, and Napanee's got to stay out of the box.
Jason Billings gets the penalty for elbowing. The face-off is coming just inside the blue line of the Raiders. Raiders lead at 5-1 here early in the. We approach the 6-minute mark of the second period. Carey has the hat trick. 5-1 Raiders carry the hat trick, and Sutton has the other two. Sutton against Armstrong on the face-off. So, here are the Eagles now. Get it into the corner. Armstrong behind the net, right on in front. Shot down the ice by McEwen. McEwen and Sutton up front with Burns and Kemp on the blue line to kill this penalty. 5-1 Raiders, second period. Eagles won the first game 3-2. Up the head. Here is Sutton on the shorthand. A shot hit the side of the net. Has it again, right out in front. Eagles now can't get loose. Off the boards to center. They pick it up. McQuat hits the line. Goes around. Kept coming in. A shot. Scores! Time of the goal. 7:20 and it's 5-2.
Well, George, the Raider defense went to sleep in that one and let the forward walk around there, and he made no mistake putting it between Craig Potter's legs there.
Yeah, McEwen gets the goal for the Bowmanville Eagles. He cut in off the wing. And he made no mistake. Like you said, he beat him at 7:20 here in the second period. And it's 5-2 now for the Raiders. So the Eagles score on the power play. And now trail the Raiders by 3. Face off back at center ice. Here's the goal.
Scored by number 29, Jason McQuat.
McQuat gets it off the boards. Grauberger gets it into the zone deep. Fed on the boards by Reed. Grauberger right on in front. Here's Carey. Scores! Number 4. Time of the goal is 7:35. And that's number 4 for Carey. That's 7 minutes and 35 seconds. As that Carey's putting on a clinic at 6'2".
Well, George, like to say on the wrestling about Dustin Rhodes, the natural, that's Colin Carey tonight, and he's got the natural there right now.
Yeah, 4 straight goals for Colin Carey. Sutton opened with 2 for the Raiders, and now Carey has come on with 4. 4 goals for Colin Carey, 6-2 Raiders now. 12:25 to go in the second period.
Napanee
Here's the announcement.
scored by number 13, Colin Carey. Assisted by number 10, Chris Gaylor.
Get it in by Gowan, 1 assist. And that's the only one.
Carey.
Reel to center ice, up ahead. Cutting in is Becker, a drop pass. Carey has it again, look at him go. Center ice. Hits the Bowmanville line. Over the line. And it's poked to the corner. Grauberger right out in front. Here's Carey. Tied up. Goes on the far side. Gowan's hit to the boards. Eagles have it now. Reel gets to the center ice. Good body check by Grauberger. Over the line, Becker, bothered by Thompson. Takes it from Becker. Fed on the far side. Held in at the point by Gagne. To the point. Raiders get it out to center ice and back in Bowmanville zone. Bounced off the boards to center ice. Ryan Moore gets it in. Here's Sutton. Hart's in front. Right on. Reed's got it. He holds on for the face-off.
Well, George, both team, Bowmanville's opened up a little bit now, and the Raiders are skating well out there tonight, and they're getting some more chances here, and we could have lots of goals here tonight and little defense.
That's Carey's 5th goal this series. And it's his 13th of the entire playoffs. So Carey on fire tonight with a face-off coming to the left of that Bowmanville goal. 6-2 Raiders the second period. Here's Ryan with a shot. Just deflected wide. Sear behind his own net. Up to McQuat at center ice he goes to. Hits the line. Carries on. Behind the net. Coming in front. A pass was blocked. To the point. Eagles hold it in. Cross ice to Adams. Tees it up a shot. Deflected wide. Now Cannings. Right out in front goes astray. Adams on the far side. Tees it up now. Pass in front. Play is called. And have we got more penalties? Just a net off the moorings. Net off the moorings.
Well, George, Bowmanville and Napanee right now really laying on the body, and I'm sure both teams by the end of this game are going to be pretty weary and tired, and they'll need the rest they got until Wednesday night.
Teams make changes. 10:45 to go in the second period. 6-2 Raiders. Colin Carey has 4 straight. As Sutton opened this game for the Raiders with 2 of his own. Cannings actually opened the scoring at 4:43, and Sutton with 2 straight. Then the Carey show started. Fired on this side. Ryan Moore lets it go to center. Takes a good bump on his man. Gives his man a real good jolt there. Todd up ahead to Armstrong. Hits the line. Gets it in there. Going to be a penalty. Touched by the Raiders. Here's a penalty coming to the Raiders.
Well, George,
Blue line. Now Gowan comes over to the penalty bench. Get ready for the face-off. He's back. Face-off just inside the blue line.
Well, George, it looks to me like Jason Sutton's going to the dressing room. I hope that there's nothing too seriously wrong with him. It could be something wrong with his equipment.
On the face-off, here is Cannings in front of it. Shoots, scores, Cannings. Time of the goal is 9:41, and it's 6-3.
Well, George, like I said, the Raiders got to stay away from the retaliatory penalties because it's going to cost them if they don't.
9:41. Todd Cannings made no mistake, cut in off the wing at 9:41, and it's now 6-3 Raiders. So the goals are coming fast and furious.
Yeah, George, it looks like they are. It looks like we're having a goaltender change here. It looks like Mike Earhart's coming in, Craig Potter's going out.
That's right. So both teams have changed their goalies now. Earhart goes in goal for the Raiders. Midway here in the game at 10:19 to go in the second period. Now we have a discussion, Kevin.
Well, yeah, George, it looks like referee Dawson and Scott Thompson and the Bowmanville player are having a little discussion here.
Well, Bill has it with him. So the Eagles, Cannings has 2 tonight. McQuat has the other. For the Raiders, 2 by Sutton and 4 by Colin Carey. So, set to go again. Bird is still in the penalty box. I don't know why the time isn't wiped off. Time should be wiped off on the penalty, I think.
So the Raiders have got another penalty there, George, and let's hope they can kill off this one because if it gets 6-4, it's anybody's game.
Yep, and we have a goaltender change. Mike Earhart in for Craig Potter now. On the face-off, back in Bowmanville blue line. Eagles on the power play still. Now, up to Todd at center ice. Hits the Raider line, over the line, trying to cut in, goes to the boards. Back on the point to Hodgins. Fakes a shot over to Todd. Todd turns around, still has it. Into the corner, right up front, a shot, the score! Time of the goal is 10:07 and it's 6-4.
Well, George, the Raiders got to stay out of that penalty box because that's going to kill them.
10:07 is the time of the goal. And the Bowmanville Eagles are right back in the hockey game. Brent Gaylor gets it. Made no mistake. At 10 minutes and 7 seconds. And the Eagles are right back in the hockey game at 6-4.
Well, George, the Raiders, they've got to stay away from these penalties. They had a 5-1 lead, and now the score is 6-4, so they got to stay out of that penalty box.
Could say it's evaporated here in the second period as they went out in front by 4, now up by 2. So Sutton at center ice against Todd. Dumped into the Raider zone. Here's the goal. Fired on the boards. Eagles keep it in. Fired off the boards. Dumped high in the air. It goes to the blue line back in Bowmanville zone. Mannion's after his man. Gives him a good bump. Hit to center. Right back in Bowmanville zone it goes again. Now the Eagles try to come out. Off the boards to center. Sutton couldn't get loose. Now he picks it up. Gets it over the line. Tries his luck again. They're digging for it on the boards. Mannion tried to come out with it. Sutton couldn't get loose. Hilton over the line to Todd. In the middle, coming in. Fed into the zone and play is called for a face-off. Nice save by Earhart.
Yeah, it was, George, and that was a beautiful save there, and things are going to get pretty rough here, and the fans are really into it here tonight, and there's a packed house pretty well here in Bowmanville tonight.
9:03 to go in the second period, 6-4 Raiders. Sutton has 2, Carey has 4. For the Bowmanville Eagles, it's Cannings with 2 and McQuat and Gaylor with singles. Face off to the left of the Raider goal now, and net is Earhart, or to the right of Earhart. Taylor on the face-off against Butler. Deep in that Raider zone. Clear to the blue line. Now another chance. Gaylor gets it back on the far side. Kemp fires it over on this side and stays there. Gets it back in behind. Here's a chance for the right on for the shot. Good save by right on again. To the point. Note the center ice. Adams makes it off the boards. It's very noisy in here tonight, the Bowmanville Arena. Fired into the zone. Nobody knows where the puck is, Kevin. Where is it?
I think it went around the glass and out on the outside there, George, and even the referee lost it.
Disappearing puck there is 8 minutes and 36 seconds into the second, or the remaining in the second period of game 2. It's the Raiders 6, Bowmanville 4. They led 3-1 after.
Why, George?
Why what?
Why is it 6-4?
Yeah, really.
Well, George, the Raiders, they took some costly penalties there, and they can't afford to do that against Bowmanville.
They sure did. Burns gives his man a good jolt. Sutcliffe to the blue line, the center. Dump back in again. Burns dumps it ahead. Butler over the line. On his back, had a shot, just missed the net. On the far side. Fed into center ice by Gagne, hit by Billings. Burns gets it in. Carries on. Still has it on his backhand. It's taken to the ice. Right out in front of shot. Blocked. Goes to the blue line. Eagles come out with it. In center ice. Rio gets it in there. Hartrick steps into his man. Fire by to center ice. Adams gets it back in there again. Earhart leaves it behind the net as the Eagles are changing on the fly. Burns now. Dumps it in the center ice. Hilton picks it up. Up ahead to Hodgins. Off the boards to McQuat. Over the line. McQuat still has it going to go. He shoots. Earhart's got it and he holds on for the face-off.
Well, George, the Raiders got to stay away from this kind of stuff, and number 5 for the Raiders, Perry Burns, he's got to keep out of these kind of situations and walk away from that, because if he doesn't, he's going to end up sitting in the box again.
7:21 to go, second period. Raiders 6, Bowmanville 4. The Raiders led 3-1 after the first period, then they opened up a 5-1 lead. Eagles made it 5-2, and then Carey's made it 6-2, but the Eagles have answered with 2 more, and it's 6-4. Carey on the face-off against Hodgins of the Eagles. Right on the front of chance. Oh, to the point now. Goes to center. Watt fires it back in the Raider zone. Haller winds it on the far side. Hodgins keeps it in. Gets it back in deep. McQuat's after it with Lawler. Lawler on the far side now. Tries to bring it out. Gets it ahead to Carey. Too far for him. Fed now to the Raider line. Thompson off the boards. Dumps it in there. Just momentarily. Hilton coming to center ice. A pass on the wing. Over the line. They try to come in for the shot. Wide of the net. Here's Cannings at the point. Gets it back in there. Pass into the middle. Right out in front. Off the boards it goes. It's picked up by Gowan. He comes to center ice with Grauberger, who takes the pass over the line. Back to Gowan. He's well covered. And Watt gets it up ahead now to Hodgins at center. Dumps it ahead into the zone. McQuat trying to get off on a line change. Isbester. Intercepted by Armstrong. Right out in front. Sutton couldn't reach it. Now he does the second time. Off the boards. Hit a skate. Ryan Moore now. Dumps it in. Wide of the net. Comes on the far side. Todd Cannings off the boards and out. Rick Moore dumps it in there. Eagles now. Come out. Off the boards. Hart intercepted to Sutton. Over the line. Dropped it to Ryan Moore, and he was surrounded by Eagles there. Go to the boards. Fired over on this side. Isbester at the point. Keeps it in to Sutton. Out in front. Cross ice, Ryan. Rick Mura's shot was blocked in front. It's fed out. Down the ice it goes. Armstrong after Isbester. Isbester comes on this side. Up ahead. It's cut off on the offside.
Well, George, it looks like we got about 1,000 referees now in the stands.
They didn't like the offside, the Bowmanville contingent, but it was just inside the blue line. 5 minutes and 5 seconds to go in the second period. Bowmanville, the Raiders 6, Bowmanville 4. Billings on the draw. Sear gets it in. Here is Burns now behind his own net. Watched by Taylor. Here they have it. Dumping in there. Gaylor tried to get it in front. It goes wide of the net. Anstey back behind the net. Right on there for a shot. Over top of the net. Fired on the boards to the blue line and out. 2-on-1. McEwen right on the rebound. Mannion out in front. Rob doesn't know where it is. Here's McEwen out in front on a wrist shot. Time of the goal is 15:33. It's 7-4.
Well, George, that goal by the Raiders right there may take the wind out of Bowmanville's sail a little bit, and they kept at it there, and they kept at that puck, and they put it in, and 7-4 with 4:27 left to go in the second period, and let's hope they come out and play a good solid 20 minutes in the third period.
So that's McEwen's first of the series, and it's McEwen's second of the entire playoffs, and the Raiders lead 7-4 now. 4:27 left. Gary pulls it out off the boards to the line. McArthur up the center ice to Becker. Here they come again over the line. Becker, right in front of shot. Stopped by here. The rebound goes to the corner. They get it back on the point. A shot. Nice sliding play. Carry out now with Grauberger. 2-on-1. Over the line. Shot. Stopped. Goes wide. Reed stopped it. Pass off the boards to center. Sutcliffe fires it back in there again. The Eagles go after it. McArthur, cross ice. Fed off the boards in the center. Lawler gets it back in there again. Raiders are changing on the fly. Now, up ahead. Back to McArthur. In center. Two-line pass called on the offside.
Well, George, it looks like the Raiders are starting to take the neutral ice away from Bowmanville again there, and they're standing them up at their own blue line. That's what they got to do to keep that fast offense of Bowmanville from getting by them too far.
Face off now will be just inside the Bowmanville line. Sutton on the draw against Hodgins. Both teams have removed their starting goaltenders. Jeff Freed is now in net in relief of Crawford, and Mike Gerhardt is in relief of Potter for the Raiders. Face off just inside the blue line. Sutton out there with Ryan Moore and Hart. Lawler and Thompson on the point. Hart shoots it wide of the net. Banked out to the blue line. Back in again on the offside.
Well, George, with 3:20 left, let's hope the Raiders can go to the dressing room with the score being 7-4 and come out and play some good solid defense and go home tied at 1, and we'll take it to them again on Wednesday night.
Face off. Sutton on the Hodgins on the draw. Back down his own zone. Up the head to Hodgins. Dumps it ahead to center ice. They hit the Raider line over to Hilton. Hilton over on the far side. Hart had his man tied up, but he gets down the ice. Reed leaves it there now for Adams. Circles. Pass up the left wing boards. Here is McQuat over the line against Lawler. Lawler takes him down. There's going to be a penalty coming to the Raiders.
Well, George, the Napanee Raiders, the players, they just got to learn to stay away from that sort of stuff. And I know sometimes you have to take a penalty, but if it's not a good penalty, don't take it.
Well, he was cutting in on Lawler, so Lawler actually had a step on him, and Lawler had to do something. Time of the penalty, 17-14, and the Raiders lead here 7-4 late in the second period. 3-1 after the one. We've had a rash of scoring here in the second period. Sutton out there with Burns, McEwen, and Thompson to kill it off. Eagles on the power play. Cannings, McQuat, Gaylor, Todd, and Hodgins. Todd on the face-off against Sutton. To the right of Earhart. They get it back on the point. Here's King on the far side. They set it up. Now, here they have it at the circle. Right out in front. Eagles now. Get it in low. Here they have it. Now on this side, McQuat takes a look. Right out in front. And they get it to center ice. Hodgins feeds it ahead. Hit that blue line. Over to Cannings, cutting in. He shoots. Hit the crossbar rebound. Another shot was blocked. It hit the goal post. Each team's hit a post now. McEwen to center over the line. Drives it right on the net. Sutton goes after it. Comes out with it. Still goes after it. Now it's banked behind the net. Up ahead, it's 1 minute and 10 seconds to go on the penalty. Burns goes back in his own zone. Takes a look. And it's outside the blue line and brought back in by McQuat.
Well, George, the Raiders are lucky in that one play that the rubber met the metal down there when the puck hit that post, and they kept it out of there. But with 1:02 left to go, let's hope the Raiders can kill this one off.
1:48 to go in the second period. 1:02 in the penalty. Face off outside the Raider blue line. It's Taylor against Carey. Carey, Gowan, Hisbester, and Rick Moore to kill it off. Now, off the boards. Carey has it. Fanned on the first shot and got it down the second. Now, cross ice. Back it goes. Ahead to Anstey, gets it in wide of the net. Earhart leaves it there. Now he clears it on the boards. Can't get it out. Here are the Eagles. Try to get it in front. Takes a shot. McArthur at the point. A shot towards the net. Eagles poke it away. Covered up by Earhart with 25 seconds left, or 6.
Well, George, the Raiders needed a stoppage in play there. They're running around their own ends there, and Bowmanville could have got a goal there pretty easy.
As the teams change up their penalty killing units and the power play. 26 seconds to go on the penalty and a 1:12 to go in the second period. What a scoring performance tonight by Carey, has 4. Face off to the left of Earhart. Fired on the boards to the blue line. McQuat keeps it in. Still in that zone. Sutton knocks it down, away he goes. Hits the line. Shot wide. And the Raiders have almost killed the penalty. 7 seconds remaining. Fed down the ice. Icing is called against the Eagles, and they've killed it.
Yeah, George, that just about does it for this penalty. And with 47 seconds left, maybe it'd be kind of nice if the Raiders could get another one here and be back to that 4-goal lead again.
Face-off coming in the Bowmanville zone. To the left of goaltender Reed. Of course, Crawford started. And they've changed up. Sutton on the face-off. Gets Hodgins. Cleared out now. Drop pass. In center. Hit the skate. Over the line. Burns just fires it down the ice. No icing. Sear with Hart after him. On the far side. Dump it ahead. Eagles carry on. Now Hart dumps it ahead. Over the line. Here's the chance. Coming in as Cannings goes to the corner. Takes it off the boards. Try to get it in front. Tied up. There's going to be a penalty coming to Bowmanville. Sutton hits the line. A drop pass. Fired off the boards, and here's a penalty with 3 seconds.
Well, George, I'm sure the Bowmanville coaching staff can't be too happy with this penalty. With only 3 seconds left in the second period, it'll be a good power play for Napanee to start in the third period.
Yeah, the Raiders will be on the power play for the third period early. McQuat gets the penalty for roughing. But the Raider power play will be more significant in the third period, I would imagine. However, the face-off is to the left of the Bowmanville net with 3 seconds.
Pull the goaltender here.
I would too. Good time to pull the goalie with 3 seconds, but they're not going to. Now the Raiders get set up here. Sutton on the face-off. Eagles get it. That's going to do it for the period. At the end of 2 in game 2, it's Raiders 7, Bowmanville 4. Raiders have the lead on the power play as we start the third period, Kevin.
Yeah, George, and hopefully the Raiders can get one here and make it a 4-goal difference again. And I'm sure the coaching staff has told the Raiders not to sit back and let's go on this lead.
From the face-off, it goes back in Raider zone. Lawler out there with Gowan, Sutton, Carey, and Thompson on the power play. Yeah, really. Here's Lawler scampering to the line, a shot. Winds on the boards. Banked off the boards and out. Thompson backs up, fires it back in there again. Now the Eagles, take a look. Fire it down the ice. Earhart leaves it at the side for Lawler. 1:08 to go on the penalty. Pass ahead to Gowan. That pass broken up and Becker gets it back in deep in the Raider zone. Thompson for Sutton. Lawler now has to turn around. Here's Thompson at center ice. Fed into the zone. The Eagles have it. Fired out. Thompson again to Carey. The Sutton hit him in the back of the stick. And it's banked out to the blue line of center. Becker over the line, taken out of the play nicely by Lawler. And Gowan skates back behind his own goal. Only 27 seconds remaining in the power play. Gowan to center ice. Sutton takes the pass. Over the line. Cross ice. Here's Gowan. Backhand. Goes to the corner. Carey has 4 goals tonight, has it in the corner. Sutton. Shot wide of the net. Gowan. Banks off the board. Sutton right on in front. A shot by Carey. Great save by Reed. And the Eagles come out. The penalty has expired. And they've killed it. McQuat is out of the box. McArthur off the boards to center. Goes over on this side. The Eagles get it in deep. Gagney. And that's a signal to change on the fly. Puck ahead now. Here's Sutton catching up. Shot right on. Reed's got it. Then he holds on for the face-off.
Well, George, Jason Sutton looks like he's going to have another good period here, and he let that puck go, and the Bowmanville goalie was sharp there to grab that, and this is going to be a very interesting third period. Even though Bowmanville's down by 3 goals, we know they're very explosive.
17:39 to go here in the third period. Raiders lead 7-4, trying to tie the series up tonight. From the face-off, Eagles have it now. Dump it ahead to center. There's a pass, goes astray. Cannings gets it into the zone. Takes his man to the ice. Eagles turn it over. Now the Raiders have it hard at center. Trying to cut in right on in front of Ryan Moore. Goes astray. Eagles have it. Watt off the boards. Trying to move it ahead. Into the corner. Watt's after his man Hart. Surrounded by Eagles. Fed up on the boards to the point. Burns is there. There's a drive over the top of the net. Isbester keeps it in. Goes behind the goal. Reed leaves it there. The Eagles now. Pass on the far side. Here it is. Hartwick. Ryan Moore. Hartwick. Taken to the ice. Now it's fed over on this side. Todd still in the Bowmanville zone. Trying to move it out. Ryan Moore's after him. The Eagles trying to make a change. Todd to center. Hits the Raider line. Coming in on goal. Up front. Shot it. Earhart stopped it. Here they have it again. Armstrong. Oh, just deflected wide of the net. And play is called. Earhart has it.
Well, it looks like a George, and there's a little bit of a scrum and pushing and shoving down there, and I'm sure that this is going to be another rough period.
So the net, I think, was knocked off the moorings, and they'll play 16:07 to go here in the third period. Raiders 7, Bowmanville Eagles 4 from the Bowmanville Arena tonight.
Well, George, it's nice to see all the Raider fans here, and hopefully next Friday when we come up here, there'll be another good following with the Raider fans, and I'm sure the team really appreciates the support they're getting here tonight.
Face off to the left of Earhart. From the draw. Anstey on the far side. Gowan gets it in deep. Hilton's after it. And the Eagles try to come out now. Center ice. Here they come, hit the Raider line. Anstey a pass to the far side. Tee it up. Back on the point. There's a shot. Deflected in front. Carey has it. Pass up to Grauberger, up the wing, coming in. Shot wide of the net. Carey a drive wide. Deflected wide, I should say. Cleared on the far side. Right out in front, and it goes now. Gaylor a pass. Anstey hits the line. Try to get it back to him. Goes to center ice to Sutton. Raiders on a change. Sutton a shot blocked, the rebound. Fed in front, nobody there. Off the boards, Thompson holds it in. Back behind the goal, Ryan Moore. And in front, and the Eagles have it. And they flip it to center. Lawler turns, gets it in there. Wide of the net. Eagles complete their change. Adams behind his own net. Up ahead. Sutton gets it back into the corner. Adams fires it on the far side. Hart couldn't reach it. It's down the ice. Earhart leaves it there for Lawler. It's hit to the boards. To Thompson. Makes it on the far side. Off the boards, down the ice it goes into the Bowmanville zone. McArthur has it now. Trying to come out. Past the center ice off a Hodgins stick. Lawler gets it in there. Hartwig's after it. McArthur steps into him. Up the boards. Dumped ahead in center ice. McQuat couldn't reach it. Now the Eagles have it in their own zone. Pass deflects off the referee. Now they pick it up. Up to McQuat over the line. McQuat stabs it. Right out in front of shot. Reaching for it. Raiders get it down the ice. No icing. 13:49 left. The Raiders lead 7-4. Trying to tie up the series. Sear up to Armstrong. Armstrong now. Flips it out. After it is Cannings hits the line. Going right in on goal. A pass, a shot wide of the net. Hartwig can't get out of the shot. It deflected off of the Bowmanville player back in the Raider Eagle zone. And Watt now as the Raiders complete a change. Watt behind his own net. Raiders with this lead. Here they have it now. The Eagles coming to center. Todd hits the line. Still has it. Trying to go all the way. Sutcliffe says enough of that. Watt takes a look. Waits for his teammates to get on side. Hits the line. Gets it in deep. It's hit by Burns. Butler clears it over on this side. Right out in front. Sutcliffe reaches for it. Has it. Raiders on a change. Sear back in his own zone. Skates to the boards with it. Up on the wing now. Held in there by the Raiders. But the Eagles cleared out. Off the boards. Todd couldn't reach it. It's cleared back in the zone, and the Eagles change on the fly. Here's Watt behind his own net. Right around, takes a bump from Mannion. Now the Eagles up ahead to center ice. Raiders return it. Back in Bowmanville zone. Up on the boards. Eagles have it now. Gaylor to center ice. Off the boards. Dumped ahead. Taylor is hit by Gowan. Fed into the zone. Now, up ahead now to Gaylor. Gaylor at center ice. Dumps it off the boards. Fed in there by Anstey in the Raider zone. Off the boards by the Eagles. Fed back in the zone. Raiders come out. Kemp a long shot. Oh, just whistle wide. Up at the center. Thompson returns it. Right on the net. It's called on the offside.
Well, George, the Raiders here have really cut down Bowmanville skating here, and they've been meeting them at neutral ice, and that's what they have to do, and hit the body out there, and they've sure slowed this Bowmanville team down a lot.
Face off in center ice area. It's 11:30 to go in the game. It's 7-4 Raiders. Becker. A pass on the far side. Back on the far side, Real. To the head. Hart in the corner. Pass to Sutton, couldn't get it to him. Here's Sutton again. Right out in front. Desmond wrestles with Hart for the puck. Sutton comes out with it. Pass, and the Eagles have it now. Pass in center to Becker. Becker by himself. They try to catch up to him. Over the line. Go to the corner. Bit on the boards and clears the glass. 10:46 to go in the third period. 7-4 Raiders.
Well, George, with 10:46 left in the third period, the Raiders, in order to win this game, are going to have to keep away from the penalty box and keep checking Bowmanville into the boards and cut down the neutral ice and keep taking them back. They can't afford to sit back in their heels, that's for sure.
Face off is coming in to the right of Earhart. Deep in that Raider territory. Hodgins out there on the face-off. Hodgins, McQuat, and Cannings is Sutton on the face-off for the Raiders. Got the draw on this board now. It goes to center. McArthur tracks it down. Woo. Off the boards to McQuat. And into center ice. Raiders step into their man. Now, Rick Moore gets it in there. Right on the net. Adams behind his own goal. Takes a look. Up on the wing. Come to center. McArthur gets it in there. Isbester tracks it down off the boards. Kept in by the Eagles. Bounces in front. And they feed it to center ice to Butler. To Billings over the line. Takes a look. Front to Carey. He has 4 goals tonight, Carey does. Fed off the boards to center. Isbester dumps it back in there as we're less than 10 minutes to go in the game. 7-4. Pass deflected by Mannion. Body check there thrown by Gaylor. Dump back on the boards. Eagles can't get out. Mannion's in there, right on top of it. Now the Eagles. Pass to center ice. Fed to the Raider blue line. Eagles trying to make a change. Burns. There's a skate save by Reed. Up on the boards. Here's Gowan trying to dig it out. But McArthur's there now. McArthur winds it on the far side. Off the boards to center. Todd picks it up. Up back in there by the Raiders. Reed leaves it behind the net for Watt. Watt of the Eagles. Watt skates to center. Over the line. A drop pass for Armstrong. In the middle. Shot. Great save. Another shot. All around the net. Another one. Wide of the net. Armstrong goes after it. Shot out to center. Sear. Golfs it. Sutton knocked it down, couldn't pick it up. Play is called.
Boy, George, that puck sure took a bounce off the glass there, and it looked like it went up about 6 rows there, and it's been bouncing here a lot tonight.
Face off. Outside the blue line. (7-4) Raiders. Taylor on the face-off against Sutton. 8:23 left. Thompson gets it in there. Eagles have it. Desmond. Pass intercepted by Sutton. Right on. Couldn't get the rebound. Taylor winds it on the boards. Eagles try to get it out. Right out in front, and they have it now. Gaylor at center. Offside. Taylor was offside.
Well, George, again, about 900 referees up there in the crowd, and they didn't seem to agree with linesman Emil there, but he's the one who counts. He's on the ice.
8 minutes left. 7-4 Raiders. They led 3-1 after the first period. 7-4 after the second. Still looking for this first goal in the third period. Sutton on the draw. Fed out. Hilton steps up, dumps it in. Wide of the net. Thompson fires it on this side. Sutton leads it there past the center ice to Hart. Right on the tape. Fired it wide of the net. Takes a bump. Right on in front. Hit the skate off the boards to center ice. Lauder gets it back in there again. High. McArthur takes a look. Up the boards to center. Fed to the Raider line. Off the boards. Taylor humps it on the far side. McArthur off the boards. Eagles change. Now, McArthur. Great teams are changing on the fly. McQuat over the line. Hits the Raider line. Coming in. A shot. Wide. On the far side, McArthur keeps it in. To the corner. Hardrick gets it out. Here's Billings, hits the line. A drive wide of the net. Sure was. Pass in center. Picked up by McQuat. Over the line, trying to cut in. A shot. Do they go? It's on the goal line, I think, and Earhart's got it. Kevin.
Well, George, Mike Earhart made a good save there. That one was heading in, but he pulled it out of there.
Yeah, Earhart pulled it out the last second. Still 7-4 Raiders with 6:41 to go.
Well, George, if Bowmanville had got a goal there, it could have made it pretty close for the last 6 minutes and 41 seconds. And still, with it being 7-4, anything can happen in that period of time.
Face off to the left of Earhart, deep in that Raider zone. Hodgins on the face off against Carey. 7-4 Raiders. Hodgins out there for McQuat and Real has it now. Todd deflected. Scores! Time of the goal, it's 13:24 and it's 7-5.
Well, George, Napanee's going to have to play some good hockey here with 6:36 left and keep these guys off the scoreboard for the rest of the game.
13:24 is the time of the goal. And now the Eagles trail by 1. So, it's going to be an exciting finish.
Yeah, it is, George. It's going to be a tense one.
They trail by 2 now. The Eagles do 7-5. Scored from a scramble. Pardon me?
3 to win the game.
Yes, exactly. So, the face-off back to center ice. Raiders 7, Bowmanville 5 now with 6:36 left. Wait for the announcement on the goal.
Bowmanville goal scored by number 17.
Carey over the line. Carey. Right on. Scores! Going! Time of the goal, 13:33. It's 7-8-5.
Well, George, that just gave the Raiders a little bit more insurance, and boy, the goals have been fast and furious here tonight. One team's put one in, the other teams came right back with one.
13:33 is the time. Going. Gets it at 13:33. And it's 8-5.
Well, George, the Bowmanville bench row there now. They look pretty solemn and pretty down in the mouth right now, and I'm sure Coach Watson wonder what happened to his team from Friday night.
6:27 left. Here's the announcement. Burns off the boards to center. Watt backs up. The boards. Off the boards into the Bowmanville zone. Watt takes a look. 6:11 left. The boards. Hart was dumped. Watt up the boards now. Dumped it in the center ice. Oh, nice play by Burns to hold it there. Now Sear. Lost it to Hart. Hart gets it to the corner. Armstrong over on this side. Cannings gets it ahead. They get it to center ice. Play is called. And we have a penalty coming.
Well, George, it looks like Bowmanville's going to the box here, and I'm sure that Napanee will take advantage of this with only 5:37 left, and let's hope they can put another one in here.
Yep, 5:37 left now, and the Raiders on the power play. So they have that 3-goal lead on the power play.
Yes, George, and I'm sure both coaches wonder tonight where the defense went with 13 goals in one game and only 5 in the first one on Friday night. So we've got lots of talent on both teams.
Face off outside the blue line. Raiders on the power play, leading 8-5 here in game 2, trying to tie the series up. Adams, I should say Becker out there against Billings on the draw. As Earhart does a little bit of an equipment adjustment here. Raiders on the power play. Cross ice into center ice. Cowan hits the line. Pumps it wide. Takes a rough bump to the point. Thompson gets it out, but now the Eagles have it at center. Becker over the line. Shoots. Pad save. Earhart the rebound. Gowan up to center. Hill has it. Hits the line. And the Eagles get it out. Thompson now. Carey waiting for the pass. Up to Gowan. Gowan to Carey. Hits a skate. Has it now. Right out in front to Sutton. Take it to the boards. Right out in front again. Goes high in the air. And the Eagles have it now. Pass in center. Here is Taylor coming in. Shot directed towards Earhart. Carey can't get it out. But now Lawler does to center. 50 seconds to go on the power play. Here's Carey off the boards on the boards to Sutton. Back in behind the goal. Ryan Moore's after it with Reel. And it's fired down the ice by the Eagles. 40 seconds to go on the penalty. Isbester circles behind his own net. Comes to center. Hits the line. Full flight. Over the line. Into the corner. Taken to the boards by Hilton. But Billings digs it out. To the point. Sutton. Right on. Fired off the boards. Good save there by Reed. Right on in front. Real now on this side. Billings to the corner. Right on in front. And the Eagles have it with 6 seconds to go on the penalty. Cannings to center. A shot. Wide of the net. Real on the side. Real. Right out in front. Goes to the corners. Sears after it. Bumps his man. Eagles try to come out with it. Here's the chance for the Eagles. To the point. That's broken up and fed down the ice. Right on net. Watt, the Raiders change on the fly. Likewise the Eagles. Watt to center. Still has it. Hits the line. Taken to the ice. Off the boards. Right on the front shot. Over the top of the net. To the blue line. 2 minutes, 3 minutes left. Here's Carey on a break. Going in on goal. Carey. Great save by Reed. Here are the Eagles again. Hit the line. Here's Q. Over the line, McQuat. Corner. Coming on the far side. Right in front of shot. Another shot. All around the net. Burns goes to the boards. Play is called. 2:33 left. Raiders lead 7-4.
Well, George, the sticks down the corner getting up pretty high, and tempers are flaring there, and I'm sure the Bowmanville coach told his team they have to give everything they can give right now. And it looks to me like they've pulled their goaltender right now, George.
Down 3 goals, they pulled the goaltender, so they are pulling out all the stops, Kevin. You don't see this very often.
No, not with 2:33 left when you're down by 3 goals. You'd think he'd want to wait till they got at least 2 goal difference of 2 goals, but not tonight, I guess.
Oh, they're going for it right now. 2:33 left, and there's 6 attackers for the Eagles. Face off to the right of Earhart. Between Armstrong and Sutton. So the Eagles have 6. Yeah. Empty net for the Raiders. To the blue line, Otto. A drive. Scores right in the top corner. McArthur. Time of the goal, 17:36.
Well, George, that was a ball right in the top right-hand corner. That was a beautiful goal by the Bowmanville player there.
McArthur gets it right in the top corner. And all of a sudden now it's 8-6 at 17:36. So they get within 2 again, and they call a timeout. Or do they? They're going to put the goalie back in the goal, I guess, for the face-off at center. But we'll see him on the bench again shortly.
Yes, I think we will, George. And like I said there a minute ago, that was a bullet that went by Earhart there and in the top right-hand corner there.
Boy, oh boy, it sure was from the blue line. Face-off at center now as Sutton out there with Ryan Moore and Hart. Lawler and Thompson on the point. Hodgins out there with Gaylor. 2:24 left. Lawler off the boards. Took the head by Sutton over the line. Sutton! Shot it right on. Rebound. Going to the corner. Cleared on the boards. Eagles have it. And their goalie comes to the bench again. Dumped out to center ice. Hilton takes a look. Fires it in. Ryan Moore, they can't get the goalie out. Here's Hodgins in center ice. Dumped it ahead. Off the boards and back to center ice again. McArthur turns. 8-6 Raiders. Right on the net. Thompson fires it on the boards. Not out. A drive. Oh, it deflects. Another shot, score! And it's 8-7. Time of the goal, 18:26.
Well, George, whatever their coaching staff's planning over there, it's sure working for Bowmanville. Looks like number 35 is going back in for the face-off at least.
Well, 18:26. And it's 8-7. 1 goal difference now. Wow, 18:26 the time of the goal, and they've pulled it within 1.
Well, George, we've had more goals here tonight than we did in, I suppose, about 3 games of the Victon series.
That's for sure. So they put Reed back in, but he'll be coming out again once the Eagles get it in the Raiders zone. 1:34 left, the Raiders lead 8-7. How big is that goal by Gowan now? Whoa, it's really big.
Well, George, you want to believe it. If it wasn't for that goal, it'd be 7-7.
Wow. So, what's that?
They got their big gunners out there.
Who, the Bowmanville Eagles? Yeah, they sure do. McQuat. Thompson gets it in deep. Carey goes after it. He's up for the boards. Gonna get it. Hodgins now. Turns. Drops it back. Off the boards. The boards. Carey gets it in. 1:09 left. Raiders dump it out. Here's McArthur now in his own zone. Off the boards to center. McQuat hits it in there. Wide of the net. Away they go. 6 attackers. Wind on the boards. McQuat lets it go down the ice. No icing. McArthur with 48 seconds. Here he comes to the blue line to center. Hits the line, gets it in deep. Flipped out. Here's McQuat. Behind the goal. Coming in front. Goes to the blue line. There's it back in behind. Here they have it. Right out in front. Cleared over the glass with 22 seconds.
Well, George, this has been a nail-biter here at the end of this third period, and Bowmanville was all around the Napanee net there, but they couldn't put it through that maze of players there.
Face off deep in the Raider zone. 22 seconds left. And they've called a timeout. You down? Oh, here we go, folks, with 22 seconds left in regulation time. The Raiders 8 and Bowmanville 7. Eagles have 6 attackers. No doubt about it. They're going for it. Trying to tie it up. They get it behind the goal. Right out in front. Right to clear the zone. Carey gets it down to center. Off the board. Up on the far side. Armstrong with 7 seconds. A shot. Offside with 4 seconds.
Well, George, I think the Raiders are glad to see the clock winding down, and this has been a wild and woolly one here tonight in Bowmanville, and I'm sure Napanee on Wednesday night the games are going to be just as close.
Well, the face-off outside the blue line now, so that should do it, but you never know. 4 seconds to go in regulation time, and the Raiders lead 8-7, and about to tie the series at 1 game apiece. What a hockey game here tonight from the Bowmanville Arena. It's been a wild one.
It's been a real barn burner here, George, and the defense, I think there was...
There it goes, down the ice. It's all over. The final score, once again, the Napanee Raiders 8, the Bowmanville Eagles 7. The series is now tied at 1 game apiece. Next game will be Wednesday night, March the 22nd at 8:30 in Napanee. So until then, for all the crew, George Wager saying thanks for watching and good night from Bowmanville. Hold me